Hi, this is Zak Mir with a slightly rushed Bulletin Board Heroes here on Vox Markets for Tuesday, the 19th of October. Starting off with Asiamet, we're just going to see more signs of recovery here. We're above the 200-day moving average and the 50-day line, so they're both around the 2.55 level. They sort of converged, but at least above 2.5 pence, looking for 3.5 maybe by the end of next month, if we can get through 3 pence, which I'm assuming now we will because of the RSI being above 50 and the price action holding above both those near-term moving averages. Moving along to Castillo Copper, which I've covered recently. Actually quite good that a lot of the stocks in today's selection have been covered recently, and obviously they've gone up since those, well not obviously, but they have actually gone up since coverage previously. Here we've got a situation where the shares have actually gapped up for the second time in the near term. So they gapped up through the 50-day line, which is one of our favorite setups, and gapped up again through basically post-August resistance. Looking for a target here to spike up towards 2.4, 2.5 pence at the 200-day moving average, perhaps by the end of this month. Upside here, valid while we hold above the 50-day line at 1.82, so not bad on the in terms of risk-reward on that. Good to see a little rebound here on DeepVerge. The shares a sort of decent bounce off the 20 pence level. It was suggesting, I think, previously that we were in sort of oversold territory around the 20 pence level, and nice candle there today as well. So looking for at least the 26 pence area, which is the 50-day moving average, hopefully over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Bullish divergence there in the RSI window, which is actually the reason I now remember I've included these shares in today's Bulletin Board Hero. So looking rather more solid at DeepVerge at the moment. Egdon Resources, stock which is gathering further interest as well, a bit like the Castillo Copper chart as well. But here the plus point is the way that both the 50 and 200-day moving averages are rising, and that means we're in the run-up to a golden cross buy signal above the 200-day line at 1.7 pence, looking for 2.8 perhaps as soon as the end of next month. Moving along to East Imperial, which has beefed itself up in terms of the management, sort of for ahead of its potential global expansion. Here we've got a rising trend channel. Did suggest that the shares look like they'd bottomed out there around the 13 to 14 pence area, and that proved to be the case after a couple of sessions of delay. Current view is that an end-of-day close above the 50-day moving average 16 pence could take the shares up towards 23 pence by the end of next month, or perhaps even sooner. Upside value while we hold at least above recent 13.5 pence support. Stock which is perhaps not so much in the limelight, Gulf Marine Services. Good to see the way the shares broke through the top of the first target here we had, the 200-day moving average, and the top of that trend channel at 5.35. Above that, we're looking for a line of resistance as a target there, February line of resistance up to 8.5 pence. And that could be seen perhaps by the end of next month at the earliest, maybe the end of the year if you're more conservative on that particular target. Landor, I know, has its fans, and it's back again with an improving situation now. We were looking for, I suppose we had a bear trap below 22 pence, which was the highlight or the low light of this month to date. Snapped back above that quite well, and above the 50-day moving average at 24.6 pence, looking for at least now the 200-day moving average at 30 pence, and perhaps by the end of next month up to 35 pence, the June resistance. The reason for the relative optimism there is that we are in the wake of that rather sharp bear trap that we had, and also that sharp bullish divergence in the RSI window. Proton Power, stock I looked at a few days ago, that's also pushing higher through that falling wedge, falling triangle that we had, 29 pence. We've hit the 50-day line at 36 pence, and above that now looking for the area of the 200-day line as high as 60 pence, perhaps by the end of the year, maybe the end of November if we are lucky. But looking like a good improving situation at Proton Power, Proton Motor Systems rather, Motor Power Systems in fact. Moving along to a stock which I'm very happy to see is back on the front foot. Here we've had extended basing for the shares after a couple of rather painful placings I think we had there. But that extended base there in place since the end of July. Neckline resistance is the key here at 6.6 pence, and rather at 5.8 pence, and above that, we're looking to the top of that rising trend channel from back in July as high as 10 pence, and that could be seen by the end of next month. It looks as though the shares have fully based out over the near term, so that is quite encouraging. Just a couple of stocks to go now. First is Rambler, where we've had an update from the company and also a strong break of that resistance line there from May. Did suggest when the shares were around 20 pence that they were holding that line of resistance or holding above it. That means that we should be looking for 31 pence at that August resistance line and the 200-day moving average by the end of next month. Only back below 20 on an extended basis, maybe a weekly close really delaying the upside scenario there. Finishing off with Tulu Energy. Here we got the shares breaking the 50-day line and the line of resistance there from March. Call that 2.9 pence. Above that, looking for the top of the channel as high as 4 pence by the end of next month. So let's see how we go with that. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.